Hello and welcome to today's live English lesson. It's AM language. It's with me, Richie, and it's the 4 o'clock lesson. Welcome to today's lesson. In today's lesson, this is error correction, exam English. So, in this case, we're going to look at certain questions whereby you might have to try and spot and find the error, and then you're going to have to correct the sentence. Arena F, hello, good afternoon, привет. Leondina, buono pomeriggio. Thank you very much for joining today, and I hope all of you had a good weekend. Right, I'm going to tell you guys just a little bit about this week, what you can expect at AM Language, while we wait for people to join today's lesson. Evelina, good afternoon. Welcome to today's lesson. So today is error correction. Here I put on Facebook level test style, but I've changed it to exam English just in case there's an opportunity to cover not just the level test style, but other styles of English lessons. But I'm not going to lie, a big focus will be on what you could expect in level tests. Tuesday is develop listening skills. Fill in the blanks. This can be quite a difficult task if you don't know the techniques for taking on this type of question. So join me tomorrow at 4 o'clock if you want to look at how you can develop your ability to answer those type of questions. And this is good for every level. Today and tomorrow, good for every level. I including beginners, although no, beginners might still be elementary onwards, because the speed that the lesson goes usually will be too much. But elementary, this would still be good for elementary students. And every other level. Wednesday, keep the conversation going. Difficult tasks to do. Keep the conversation going. Sometimes you might end up, I don't know what to say, and you end up in silence. So we're going to look at how you can keep a conversation going. Thursday, how to write a cover letter to apply for a job. Really important skill to know. And Friday, film English, and we're going to look at vocabulary building. As for this week's plan, if you are in Malta, there's lots of activities. Today, you have the opportunity for a slimmer walk slimmer city walk. But in the evening, as always, on Mondays, there's meet and greet. Tuesday, you've got St. John's Cathedral and Valletta walk. Really nice. Spa at the hotel, at an Intercontinental Hotel. That's quite close to Bay Street in Parcherville. And then you have football match in the evening. Wednesday, you get to go to the south of the island, some lovely places to swim, and there's bowling in the evening. Thursday, you've got 3 cities and temple tour if you want to do it. And then you've also got this make friends, speak English with a business coach later in the day. That can always be good fun. Sunset beaches and tours in Dina, Golden Bay, and Paradise Bay. That is on Friday. I do recommend it. It's a great place for sunset, and if the weather's good, even better. There's also the opportunity to go to a casino. And Saturday, you've got Best of Gozo and Camino cruises, as well as an amazing Camino day as well. The weather is beginning to become a little bit colder now in Malta. There will be less people in these touristic places, but it means the sea will be even better and it will be clean. And finally, you've got Victoria Lines on Sunday, and a hike, which sounds really nice. I'm guessing that's in Gozo. And there's also the Tashin temples that you can visit. So lots of really good activities this week happening at AM Language. Maria Rojas, buenas tardes. Catel, I think, if I'm not mistaken in Spanish. But welcome to today's lesson. I hope things are going well for you at the moment at AM Language in your lessons. I can't remember who your current teacher is, but I hope all is well. And thank you for joining me in today's lesson. So, guys, right, 5 minutes in, let's begin. As always, please make sure that you like and share the video. And if you're new, subscribe. As for following the lesson, to follow the lesson, please look at the live chat section. That is where the action happens. So let's begin. Error correction. Now, we have this on our level test, for example, and you do find it on other tests as well. Now, it's been a while since I looked at loads of different exams, but I do know that there are lots of test papers, international test papers, where they will have an error correction section, and our level tests have this as well. LVScom, good afternoon. Hi, Richard. Missing you at the school. Yes, thank you very much, LVScom. Unfortunately, I am not currently at school. I will let you guys know when I'm next there. So, this is a really important technique to know how to do. So I'm going to start off by showing you an example. It's going to be a nice, simple example, but this is how to answer these questions correctly. So we're going to start off nice and simple, and then we are going to climb the mountain, depending on your level. So I want to try and hit different levels, but we're going to start off nice and easy. McCabe. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say your name here, but welcome to the channel. You've said hi, everybody. Let me know what to call you, because I can't read your name very well over there. So let's have a look. This is usually in the reading section, by the way. So let's say you have a sentence that says, okay, so Debek, Musayev, Debek. Welcome to the lesson, Debek, and thank you for joining. If you are new, make sure you subscribe and like the video. So you might see something like this. She walks to school every day. Now, the question will ask you to see if A, the sentence is correct, or B, well, it's not going to be, no, it's not A or B. There are just two options. Either it's correct or it isn't. Now, if it is correct, you just write correct. If it's wrong, you've got to try and do two things, because if you do both of these things, it will make things easier. One, circle the error, okay? Or what we would call the mistake. And then on the side, because there will always be a space for you to write, you need to write the correct version. So in this case, we've got she walks to school. Now, there are two possible answers, so we need to think carefully. We've got this is, and then we've got this walks. LVS.com says she walks to school every day, present simple, routine. Now that's one answer. That is one answer. What we would have to do is, in this case, we would have to circle is, because that's the mistake, and we would then have to write walks on the side where you would write the correct answer. Now, you might think to yourself, wait, Richard, can I say she is walking to school every day? Can I say that? Isn't that good English? Maybe walks is the wrong thing. I've got this verb to be. Surely it should be she is walking to school every day. Okay, context is going to make a bit of a difference. However, every day tells us that this is a routine. So LVS.com is correct. This should just be the present simple. We don't need to go for the present continuous. There's this idea of routine. So we've got to make sure that we read the whole sentence. So this is the correct answer. We would circle is because that's the mistake. And under the correct answer, we would write walks. Now, if you want to add just one more thing, because you want to make it absolutely clear to the teacher, you could write she walks. Okay, that would be fine. It depends on the instructions. If they tell you only one word, then you have to write walks, but it's important that you circle is. Okay. However, in this case, it's always good if we can to put two words just so we show that she walks. This needs to be a present simple. Marta, welcome to today's lesson. Lovely to see you. Hello, Richard. Where can I see the exam to find out what you are talking about? Unfortunately, I cannot show you the exam. I can't show the exam papers. I'm not allowed to. I can only describe them to you. But we are going to, if you look at the live chat section today, I will make it very clear how it looks, at least. I'll give you a good idea. So let's go again, and let's now look at a slightly different one, okay? So, let's go with so this is what, to give you more of a visual of how this would look, you might see it presented like this, okay? So that was question one. Let's go for question two in this B, okay? So unfortunately, it's not as spaced out as I wanted it, because usually the answer bit will be further this way. There's a bigger spacing. But you might again see this question. This sentence. This phone is making by Nokia. What's the problem? Now, in this case, we've got is making. So you might think, this is a present continuous. But then there's something not quite right. We've got the phone, which is our subject, but then we've got Nokia. Now, Nokia is the agent. This is the doer. And it's coming at the end. So if I just remind myself of your name, Derbeck, you are correct. This should be is made because we're now looking at a passive. So what would you do in this case? You would circle making because that is the mistake. And in the answer or correction, On the side, you would write is made, for example, or just made. And that is how you do it. You look for the mistake, you circle it, and then on the right-hand side of the page, you put your correct answer. And that is the technique. That is how to do it. Now, sometimes now here we are just looking at things that are a little bit easier to see. The mistake is easier to see. As you go up through the levels, this becomes harder. This becomes harder depending on what the focus might be. So I am now going to write, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to look at 5 questions, okay? Now we're going to go for the middle of the road in terms of level. So we're just going to go with the type of questions you could, well, the type of sentences you could see at a B1 level. So this could be anything from pre-intermediate to a good intermediate. We'll start off at this level and we'll work our way up. Just like I've done in the live chat section, I want you to first write circle and tell me what the mistake is, and then write the correct answer afterwards, okay? So don't forget, you must tell me what the mistake is, and this is something that you need to do in this type of question in a level test or an exam. Show the examiner that you know what the mistake is. So let's go. Number 1. That might be a little bit too. I want to start off. I don't want to go straight in at the deep end just yet. So, okay, so this is number 1. Number 2. Let's make this just a little bit harder. Number 2. Number 3. Okay, I can already see some of you coming in with your answers. I'm going to look at your answers in just a moment. I'm just going to finish off writing out these the 5 questions that we're going to look at. So let's see what your answers are. You've got 5 things to look at. And like I said, we're going in at an easier level to begin with. Now I can see all of you coming up with your answers. So let's see. Number 1 is what we have here. They was in the park till 3 a.m. Maria Rojas was is wrong. And LVS.com agrees. Was is correct is wrong, and LVS.com has written correct answer were. They were in the park, so that is correct. Don't forget, guys, make sure you tell me not just what is wrong, but tell me what is right as well. So there needs to be 2 parts to your answer. Tell me what's wrong and tell me what the correct answer is. So that's off to a good start. Maria Rojas has said did go instead of did gone. Now, apologies for the typo. I put a capital D. That should just be a normal D because I wanted you guys to focus on the gone bit. So yes, Maria, did go is it should be did go, and therefore you would in the exam you would circle gone, and then on the side you would write go. Yes, Maria, and that's correct because gone is wrong. Leondina agrees that circle for number 1 circle was correct is were. Yes, so the wrong answer was, and the correct answer is were. LVS.com has written for number 2 that she circled did gone because it's wrong, and therefore the correct answer she's gone with she went. Let's just remind ourselves. She went home. Actually, I've made a mistake. Actually, number 2. Apologies. Put the wrong preposition. It should be at. Shouldn't be till. It should be at 2 a.m. Otherwise, it's not going to make sense. Now, to answer your question, though, she did go home at 2 a.m. She went home at 2 a.m. Now, I'm going to give you some important information, and it's to do with the instructions. If instructions, okay, there's 2 ways. Instructions. Look at the instructions very carefully, okay? Now, a lot of mistakes can happen if we don't read the instructions carefully. Look at the smallest difference in this. Instructions. Circle the mistake and write the correct answer on the side. Instructions. Circle the mistakes, plural S, and write the correct answer. That should be write the correct answers on the side, okay? So we do need to read the instructions very carefully. Does it want us to look at more than one mistake or just one mistake? Now, so LVS.com, if the instructions are circle the mistakes, then your answer would be correct. She went. If the instructions say circle the mistake, then in this case, we would just have to circle gone and write go. So she did go home at 2 a.m. So your answer can be correct, but we need to read the instructions very carefully. Now, I didn't give you any instructions at the start of this because it depends on the test. Sometimes it's 2, sometimes it's 1. So make sure you read the instructions very carefully. Look out for that plural S. If it's mistake with no S, it's one mistake. If you see the S on mistakes, it's more than one S. So make sure in the exam you read that carefully. Maria Rojas has written going go is wrong. So this is number 3. If she will be home, I will go and see her. Let's see if others agree with you. Let me just remind myself of your name. Oh, I can't remember your name because you wrote your name somewhere. Derbeck, that's it. So Derbeck, you have written were being yes, that's correct for number 1. Leondina, yep, that's correct for number 2. Go instead of the answer, go instead of the first will. I see. Okay, I think question 3 might be causing some difficulty. Leondina, yes, will is incorrect. Now you've said correct answer is. Let's see. Okay, we'll have a look at question 3, I think. LVS.com, circle will, and correct answer if she is at home. Okay, LVS.com, well done there. So let's just have a look at question 3. Circle will, absolutely, definitely here. Okay, answer or the correct answer, correction. If we look at it, if we remind ourselves of the whole sentence, if she is at home. Okay. If you do that in the exam, well done, because here we've got will be. Now, will be go together. If you put will and then you're going to be, they go together. So we need to be aware of this. I mean, this is a combination of one mistake, really, but this would be the correct answer. And this is why this can be quite difficult. We need to think about this really carefully. Now, let me explain something to you guys, and it's to do with conditionals. If plus, in this case, it could be present simple, okay? Plus will. This is a first conditional. Will should not be after if. Will should not be after if. There's only one, usually, there's only one type of modal verb that can come after if, and that is could, because could is the past of can, and that's the case in the second conditional. Other than that, if you see a modal verb after if, please, that is wrong. That should be the first thing that you see that is wrong with that sentence. So well done there. Okay, guys, we're doing well. We're now going to we're going to build on this, but I'm going to give you instructions, okay? I'm going to give you some instructions. So make sure we all know what the instructions are here. So instructions for this one. Circle the mistakes and write the correct answers on the side. So when we read the sentence, maybe there's one mistake, but maybe there are more. We need to be very careful. So let's have a look. So let's go again. We are on question 6 here. So question number 6, have a little go. There might be one mistake, there might be two mistakes. Look at it very carefully. Number 7. Obvious com. Okay. Oh, this is for number 6, I think. Okay, we'll see. One of these I'm about to do might be correct. Maybe it's that one. We'll see. Okay, I'm just going to give 4 here because I can see your answers coming in and I want to look at this. So obvious com, you're questioning 6. Maybe it's correct. Debec, caught and taught. For the first one, 50%. One is correct, one is not correct there. Maria Rojas has written, wrong is had, correct is she caught. Ah, I see. Okay, so you want to change the type of grammar here. Maria Rojas has said 7. Wrong is hadn't, correct is hasn't. Let's see, she hadn't been. Okay, right. I can see what's going on here. Okay, good. So this tells me a lot. Be very careful when it comes to perfect sentences, past perfect, present perfect. These ones can be really difficult to it's easy to overthink. That's my thing here. It's easy to overthink. What I would say is with all of these, the mistake is not going to be with had in any of them. The mistake is usually going to be with the verb rather than the tense in this case. The verb had is like the auxiliary verb had is telling you if it should be the past simple past. Sorry, it's telling you if it should be the past perfect. If it was has, then it would be the present perfect. Number 6, this should still be the past perfect. The problem is to do with catched. So the mistake, okay, is going to be in number 6. Okay, so the circle, that's what I had written. Okay, so we would circle catched because catched is not correct. Okay, correct answer should be caught. Okay, everything else, the ball before it touched the ground Touched is when it actually hits. That's fine. So there's only one mistake here so far. Number 7. Let's see what you guys wrote for number 7. Wrong is, yeah. Okay, for number 7, guys, the thing about this one here is, again, it's not a thing to do with hadn't. This is actually this is quite a difficult one. This sentence is trying to be a past perfect passive. Quite difficult. It's not to say you wouldn't get it. You might get this at intermediate level. Pre-intermediate, you are taught the passive. I can't remember if you do get it at if you would get a past perfect passive though at pre-intermediate. I can't remember. I'd have to look at the tests. But something you could easily, definitely get at an intermediate level. So there are 2 mistakes here. Okay, so we have to circle twice. So we would circle saw and seen, because these are wrong. Correct answer. It's actually the other way around. Seen and saw. So if we just remind ourselves of that question, the reason being is that it should be written like this. It should be written she hadn't been seen by the police, but the police dog saw her. So that should be the correct answer. So see and sawn, see and sawn, they were the wrong way round. So we needed to look at that. Let's see what you guys are for number 8. Okay, tell me what you think about number 8. Maria Rojas says, yes, I saw the passive perfect. Yes, that is correct. Leondina, that is correct. Okay, yeah, I see what you guys went with there. So, the thing about question 6 and 7, which is why it's quite difficult. Yes, it's past perfect, and yes, one of them is past perfect passive. But it's not testing you on the had bit. It's testing you on your knowledge of the past participle. It's testing you on your in this case irregular verbs. Now, irregular verbs are difficult. And these are the sort of things that that you just need to learn as you go along. If you look at some of your course books, like like your outcomes, there's always a list at the back where you can find irregular verbs. I know that's the case in some of the books, not all of them, but I've gone for typical ones here that I know students struggle with, such as catch, caught, teach, taught. We need to be careful about those. Okay, so let's have a little. Let me know what you think about number 8. Do you see anything wrong in number 8, or do you think number 8 is correct? And did I put up a number 9? Was there a number 9? Yes, and let me know about number 9. John had been taught by a famous footballer. Let me know. Leondina says 8 is correct. Let me know, guys, if you think Leondina is correct in saying it is correct. And let me know about number 9 as well. We're coming up to 5 minutes left of the lesson. Unfortunately, it's always a little bit harder to do this without showing you properly. But I think the live chat section, I think we've done it reasonably well. It's quite clear. I think it's not perfect, but it's better than nothing. Elvius.com says 8 is correct, second conditional. Yes, so both of you are correct here. This is a second conditional, and could is the only modal verb really that you are going to be able to use after if, because could is the past of can. We can't really do this with others. We can't do this with other modal verbs, and we need to be really careful. So could really, this is a good rule. Could is the only one where we're going to be able to do this. Okay, let me know about number nine. Number nine. Again, guys, think about the verb, the main verb. That's the clue here. Being taught says De Burke. I think that's. I need to remember your name. I think it's De Burke. Yes, I am right, De Burke. So you've gone for being taught. Leondina has gone circled teached, saying that teached is wrong. Correct is taught. Okay, guys, that is correct. Well done. The past participle of teach is taught. Teach, taught, and actually it's even the second one. So don't forget, guys. Teached. Sorry. Teach, taught, taught. Catch, caught, caught. Okay. Those ones are important to know. So well done there. Okay, guys. So just to summarize, important steps you need to do. Okay. 1, read the instructions very carefully. Okay. Number 2, circle the mistake or mistakes. Number 3, write the correct answer on the side, on the right hand side. Okay. And finally, try not to overthink. Most of the time, we're going these exam sort of these type of questions. They're going to focus on certain things that we need to know. So most of the time, if you're not sure to begin with, look at the verb. Okay, look at the verb. Look at the word order. Look at the construction. You need to go through a tick box. Okay, so my order would be 1, subject, verb, object. Does the sentence follow a subject, verb, object? 2, is it positive or negative? 3, ask yourself, what's the tense? 4, look at the verbs. Okay, so I would say these are 4 good steps to go through when answering these questions. 1, subject, verb, object, if it's your standard sentence. And that's the first thing. Identify the structure of the sentence. 2, that's supposed to be is it, actually. Sorry, that I mistyped that. Is it a positive sentence? Is it a negative sentence? I'll write that again because I don't know what happened there. That's meant to be is it. There we go. Look at it very carefully. Is it a positive or is it a negative sentence? Number 3, what's the tense? What do you think the tense is meant to be? Is it meant to be in the past? Is it meant to be in the present? And 4, once you know that, then really look at the verbs very carefully. And that will that's the steps you need to go through before answering this type of question. Now, guys, tomorrow is listening skills in an exam. We're going to look at the techniques that you can use to help you better your listening skills and help you to answer the questions that you would get in any type of English exam, be it Cambridge, IELTS, our level tests, yeah, you name it. It's a standard sort of listening task. You will always have part of a sentence, but you don't have the complete sentence, and you need to fill in the blank. So that's what we are going to look at tomorrow. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. It's lovely to see so many people online joining us today. Debek, this is the first time I've seen you here, so thank you very much for joining, and please subscribe to the channel. If I remind myself, Maria Poggio, Marta Poggio, thank you very much for joining us today. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do. LVS.com, Maria Rojas, it's lovely to see you guys back here. So thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. I hope you found it helpful. And if you have any questions, you can always ask me in the live chat section. Irina F, Evelina, Leondina, thank you so much as well for your participation in today's lesson. It's always very productive and helpful. Leondina says, thank you, Richard. See you tomorrow. Thank you, Leondina. Maria Rojas, thanks, Richard. See you tomorrow. Thank you, Maria. LVS.com, thank you, Richard. Have a nice day. Thank you. I will do. You too, LVS.com. Arena F, thank you, Richard, and have a nice evening. You too. Evelina, take care. Good evening. You too, Evelina. And Dubek says, thanks a lot, Richard. You're welcome. So, guys, thank you so much for participating. I will be back here same time, 4 o'clock, with a listening lesson. If you haven't done already, oh, fantastic, Debek. Thank you very much for subscribing. We're now up to 470 subscribers. Last week, we managed to hit our target. Again, this week, I'm hoping we can hit the target again, somewhere between 475 and 480. So we get closer to that 500 mark. So yes, and always, as always, if you want to find out more about lessons at AM, there's always the link to our website below. And if you want to follow us on any of our social media sites, you can find the links below as well. If you have any questions about today's lesson, you can always ask me at in the comment section underneath this video after the lesson. So thank you so much. Have a great day and see you guys tomorrow, and take care. And yeah, bye for now.